Okay.
Victory or death.
We're fighting a warrior.
Fear the coming storm.
I'll keep the snapshot. And we are playing a crazy fanatical Battlecry deck.
Glory to
This
the
deck
Horde.
is purely for fun.
Astonishing.
If you like it, you can copy it and maybe make a couple changes here and there. Let's see, we got Hagatha. We got Ignis. I'm just thinking about possible snapshots.
Let the pain speak to me.
I don't have any way to deal with that, so let's go ahead and play our own.
Pain speak to me.
If you men and women don't mind, I'm a little bit underwhelmed with Hagatha. She sounded so cool on paper. So for the last, say, month and a half, YouTubers were making videos talking about how OP Hagatha is. Man, I'm not so sure about that at all. Hagatha is very slow. Very slow card.
Bring the pain.
I'm still thinking about snapshotting. We got a Ziliax. Snapshotting a baking soda, an XB.
Job's done.
What would you do? I think let's see what card we get next turn, because this snapshot is not too bad. I wanted to share with you that if you're feeling lonely in your life, lonely in your heart, I went through that loneliness. Let's see, would you snapshot now? That terrible loneliness started at about the age of 5 when I was a little boy. And that stayed with me almost my entire adult life. And I know some of the sneaky things that the demons will try to tell you. He's going shield block? Okay. I'm going to assume he has a brawl. So, thinking he has a brawl in his hand. Well, okay. We haven't excavated yet. Or I should say we have to excavate twice. That's what I meant to say. That'll trigger Finley.
What to do?
I know the demons will be whispering to you that you're the only one that's lonely, that everybody else has a wife or a husband, boyfriend or girlfriend, and they'll whisper to us
Job's done.
how everybody else has friends and you don't and I don't. And most of that are lies. So what we have to do is we have to outlast his control. We have to outlast his removal. Now that card right there is the only good Hagatha combination. The Tumbleweed is a terrible Hagatha combination because when you play the card... Oh, snap. He got my Finley. But that's not a big deal against Control Warrior. Not a big deal at all. And I tell you, child of God,
Job's done.
now those two cards right there are the only two that Hagatha works with. The other spells do not work with Hagatha at all.
It looks great.
And I'll share with you that there are people battling loneliness all over this entire planet.
Still golden in their water.
And if you have ears to hear,
You fall.
all over our galaxy.
Holy, I'm rich.
Okay, anybody we want to Zola? We won't play Ziliax till our health is getting lower. And by the way, this whole deck is based off of Shutter Block. And if you don't get Shutter Block, then basically you're playing a normal Battlecry deck. Now let's see what control he uses to get rid of these two.
Well, looking for a
Okay, that'll work
It's against me.
for him. Is this a good time to make our weapon? Or, I mean, what would you do? The Lord had spoke to me a real lot about loneliness, what it is, what it does. Let's see. Immune, adjacent minions. Uh-oh. What, deal 6 damage maybe? He's a control deck, so we have to always consider that.
There's little time.
No matter the danger, I'll always if I could discover it.
Okay. And I would say that loneliness is one of the big worldwide issues that people are facing. We never got our Shutter Block, but let's have some fun. Let's see what we can do.
What to do?
What would you play here, by the way? I don't want a Zola Ignis. 10 mana. He hasn't used a single brawl yet.
What to do?
Maybe he doesn't have one. There we go. He still has 1 or 2 sanitizes, doesn't he? So if you're battling terrible loneliness... Okay, so what is he looking for? A sanitize? Or a brawl? If you're battling loneliness,
The temporal anomaly.
Thousand needles.
step one is to realize that you're not alone.
Armor. Lightly use armor.
If you are a child of God, you are not alone. And you never have been alone. And you never will be alone. And that right there is extremely important to learn.
Such a perfect specimen.
Now you might be thinking, well, Garrett, I am alone. What are you talking about? My parents are gone, or I live alone, or my boyfriend left, or my wife left. I am alone. Step number one is realizing what you just said right there is a lie. You are not alone. If you are a child of God, God the Father is with you. His Son Jesus is with you. You are not alone. Once again, if you are a child of God, you are not alone, and you've never been alone. Not ever. Oh, okay, so it's game over. So either he didn't get his brawls, or he didn't put any in the deck, maybe. So let's see, the weapon hits for 6. 6 damage. It's not quite enough. What else can we do? 6 damage. 6, 12, 18, plus the weapon. Okay, so we have lethal, right? Okay. Praise God.
This ends now.
All good things come from heaven. You're not alone.